Hello, my name is Brian Coyne, Edwards Product Management Director, and I'd like to welcome you to today's session of the Discover webinar series. We at Edwards recognize that when our customers invest in fire and life safety systems for their facilities, they're also investing in us as a partner. They expect their systems to be supported for many years and integrate the latest technology to keep up with changing codes and standards. During this webinar, you'll hear from our product management team about how we've done that across our controls, software, detection, and notification product lines. For those of you that may not be familiar with Edwards, we have a history of innovation dating back nearly 140 years and are now part of Carrier Global Corporation. As a world-leading fire and life safety company, our mission is to save lives and build a safer tomorrow. Over the years, we've led the industry with many firsts, landmark installations around the world, and a large installed base of systems delivered through our best-in-class channel partners. I'd like to introduce our product management team. Wally Ortiz, product manager for large panels. Nasim Ozeri, who's our product manager for software and digital products. Rick Wolf, who handles detection. Chris Hill, who handles notification. And Carlos Abreu, who's the product manager for small and medium panels. I'd now like to introduce Wally Ortiz, product manager for large panels.
Hello everyone. My name is Wally Ortiz. I'm the product manager for EST4. So in my portion of the webinar, you'll learn how you and the customers can benefit from using EST4 as a life safety solution. I would like to start by asking a question. Can a fire alarm system help a service provider improve the level of service that it delivers to its customers? This question comes to mind when I think of the benefits that are included with every EST4 system. Here are some examples of those benefits. EST4 allows existing Edwards products to move to the next generation of technology easily and affordably. How is this accomplished, you might ask? Well, EST4 reuses many of the EST3 components. Like in the case of back boxes, chassis, power supplies, loop controllers, and many other panel components. This all translates into an economical transition from EST3 to EST4, which further translates into a cost savings opportunity while upgrading to a state-of-the-art fire system. FireWorks support is another benefit, FireWorks being our color graphics package. This allows interfacing EST3 and EST4 networks while displaying events at a central location, and when programmed to do so, can also be used to activate outputs on each system. This is a very helpful solution, for example, for sites who wish to slowly migrate from EST3 to EST4. This solution also lends itself to a simple transition from EST3 to EST4 while protecting occupants and property alike. So another benefit is the installation cost savings that comes along with EST4. EST4 helps you be more competitive when it comes to bids, for example, by having the capability to deliver 3 distinct signals across the network, which is panel-to-panel communication, audio, and fire phone. And all of this is done over a single pair of wires or a single fiber strand. This reduces the cost of cable, labor used to pull the cable in many cases. It also reduces the conduit size when conduit size is required to be installed between panels. And when it comes to audio, 100 digital audio channels is something that's also included with EST4. So EST4 can be programmed to provide specific instructions using pre-recorded messages to building occupants during emergency situations, for example. Every EST4 can deliver up to 100 concurrent messages at no extra cost. It's all included and controlled through software. This offers the flexibility needed in today's challenging building codes and the need to supply specific messages to many areas of a building. Now, another benefit is the peace of mind of the increased survivability that's also included with the EST4. What this means is that all pre-recorded messages reside at every panel CPU. So in the unlikely event of a catastrophic network failure, for example, any local alarm will have pre-recorded local message played based on the programming. Firewalls is yet another benefit. So EST4 offers the flexibility of external connectivity to the outside world, which is accomplished through a Fire-listed proxy firewall that is not a bolt-on. It is actually part of the Fire panel. And being part of the Fire system ensures compatibility with the panel. And most important, it is a cyber barrier between the network and the external connections made to central station, web browser, or email servers, for example. Emails from the panels are a great way to be informed of panel event activation and places your company in a position to offer a higher level of service to your customers, which are the end users. Another benefit is the flexibility through many network configurations that are supported with EST4. So EST4 supports a variety of network configurations, such as the traditional Class A and B. It also supports redundant Class B, Star, and Mesh. All of this while complying with the current codes and standards. Database storage or the archiving of the database, it's yet another benefit that comes to mind. Wouldn't it be great to have access to the latest system database to make necessary updates? Well, EST4 allows storing multiple copies of the database within its CPU across the network, which can be retrieved using the configuration utility. So if you happen to have multiple technicians making programming changes to your system, you can ensure that they have the latest copy of the database by storing a copy of that across the network. And the next benefit is the increased efficiency through remote connectivity, which is one of my favorite ones. And this allows customers to prioritize service calls, determine the skill set of personnel dispatched to an EST4 site. It also ensures service personnel has the proper parts when dispatched to an EST4 service call, for example. It also helps improving system uptime. It improves first-time resolution. And it also allows you to utilize a web browser of your choice to retrieve panel status information. So now that you learned about the many benefits offered by EST4, I'm happy to report that we're not stopping there. Our engineering team is working diligently to add more functionality to EST4. Some of that functionality that you can expect with the next release, which will be available later on this year, will include no-count expansion. It will also include cybersecurity updates. We'll have the flexibility of increasing the font size on the LCDs. We've made improvements to the date and time entry onto the LCD. There are many software updates that we've collected that will be included in the next release as well. Audio enhancements, along with new power supply support, printer functionality updates, and web service enhancements are some of the other features of functionality that will also be included. So I would ask you to stay tuned for the marketing update announcing our next release. So thank you so much for the time today, for listening to some of the benefits that come along with the EST4.
Next, I'd like to introduce Naseem Ozeri, Product Manager for Software and Digital.
Hello and welcome everyone. Today I would like to talk to you about our FireWorks solution and its exciting roadmap for 2021. As you all know, FireWorks is Edwards UL listed hardware and software solution for incident management and mass notification. Beyond that, FireWorks is used by our partners in many different ways. For example, to globally monitor and manage multiple sites, to integrate panels, networks, to view reports, to integrate with VESDA, and much more. So, what should we expect from FireWorks in 2021? Same great solution running on Windows 10, supporting EST4 with increased cybersecurity and many other enhancements. Let's start by looking at the roadmap. Last September, we released the FireWorks 9.0 that included support of EST4 as well as workstation support of Windows 10, cybersecurity enhancements, and the support of the new VESDA VES detector. The next item on the roadmap, which is coming in a few short months, is an update of version 8.3 to allow a network of FireWorks to run on Windows 10. Remember, with 9.0 only the workstation runs on Windows 10, and this release we allow the FireWorks server to run on Windows 10 as well. Next, later this year, we will introduce FireWorks 9.1 that will combine everything that we've had in 9.0 and the updated 8.3 with many other new and exciting features. We will see details of 9.1 later on in this presentation. Let's review again what is new in version 9.0. Support of EST4 in addition to the support of EST3 and other panels. Support of Windows 10 LTSC in a standalone configuration. Many new cybersecurity enhancements. And with 9.0 we also introduced the support of the VESDA VES detector. So let's look at the details. The number here say it all when it comes to FireWorks performance with EST4. FireWorks can support 25 nodes and up to 1000 EST4 CPU cards. Remember, FireWorks can support multiple types of panel at the same time. Now that FireWorks supports EST4, it helps us integrate EST3 and EST4 panel networks together. With FireWorks 9.0, we introduced new Windows 10 operating system image for the workstation. At the same time, to allow for an easy upgrade, we released a thumb drive with the same Windows 10 operating system. Note that the new workstation and upgrade kit are available to order in MyEddie. Some more details about version 9.0. Cybersecurity is a big feature of FireWorks 9.0 that includes a long list of security enhancements. These security enhancements allow us to significantly reduce the number of cybersecurity vulnerabilities in the product. Among them, hardening of the operating system. We have implemented the RMF security framework meeting 270 Windows NIST sticks, which brings significant improvement to our cybersecurity. To further discover potential vulnerabilities, we utilized the external penetration testing tool in addition to many internal penetration testing. Version 9.0 also supports the new VES detector from VESDA as a fully listed UL feature. Again, here we show performance of FireWorks with VESDA, which is another great reason to use FireWorks as the integrator. It is scalable and easy to integrate. Putting it all together, you can see in this picture the great potential of the standalone topology, the integration capabilities and the ability of FireWorks to integrate, to monitor, and to manage all of these components. Now, let's talk about what is new in 2021. As we have seen in the roadmap, in a few short months, we will release the version of 8.3 that will support Windows 10 in a redundant and non-redundant network configuration. Let's talk about the details. To remind us, version 9.0, although supports Windows 10, it is only in a standalone configuration. This update of version 8.3 is meant to extend the Windows 10 support to network configuration. This means that with the release of FireWorks server, our UL6S also runs on Windows 10. Also new in this release is cybersecurity enhancements for ULS6, our FireWorks server. With this release, we are implementing very similar cybersecurity enhancement to this that we implemented in 9.0. This picture is to remind us the 8.3 topology that enables great scalability. And with this update of 8.3, we get the same great architecture on Windows 10 with improved cybersecurity. Version 9.1. Version 9.1 is certainly the most exciting release of the year. With 9.1, we bring together everything that we talked about today. A single software that runs on Windows 10, supports standalone and networked configuration with new cybersecurity enhancements and much more. This means that FireWorks workstation as well as server will run on Windows 10. This means that EST4 support in a standalone as well as in network configuration. This also means that the entire network is now more secured. With 9.1, we will deliver 2 upgrade kits that will help with the upgrade to Windows 10. And beyond that, we will deliver support of the VESDA VES in all configurations, a clear and easy migration path from 8.3 and from 9.0 to 9.1, a new set of UX enhancements, support of the D6100 dialer communication receiver, update of the database, an installation process, and much more. Thank you all for your attention, and with this I will hand it over to Carlos.
Thank you, Nissim. Thank you for joining another exciting webinar, allowing me to present what new products are being introduced in 2021, further complementing our small addressable systems. Now, my name is Carlos Abreu. I'm the Small Systems Product Manager. I manage a product portfolio that includes our 64 and 1000 point addressable panels, 5 and 10 zone conventional panels, and our audio notification series, and a compatible series of remote enunciators that complement our core panels. Today I will be talking to you about 4 items that are part of the upcoming release of new equipment that will further enhance our small addressable systems, which are always positioned to meet small to mid-level life safety applications. Also, please don't forget to use the chat feature to ask any questions. They will be answered at the end of the overall webinar session. Now, the 4 items in the upcoming release are related to the following: remote connectivity, like for central station monitoring services and diagnostics before technician deployment; local connectivity for panel programming, diagnostics as well, and printing; an interface for third-party building management system connectivity; remote connectivity to an extent; and the 4th item being cybersecurity enhancements to counter today's cyber threats. As you may have guessed by now, the overall theme of the upcoming product release is around connectivity, a very important aspect of a life safety system. And the last item I will be talking about today is our current overall small addressable system solution that encompasses the upcoming release of our new products. Now, before getting into that first item, I would like to give you some background on our small addressable systems. Since launching in 2008, our steadfast commitment in meeting the needs of our customers and keeping with codes and standards has been palpable from the depth of the enhancements since day one. Now, this is a list that I show, just a small sampling of the many features we've deployed since 2008. The several listed here I felt are quite important, as so are the others. They were very helpful during my time as selling and installing these addressable systems, successfully putting many panels on the wall, as we say. From initial release, connectivity was important, and as trends in technology and codes changed, so must the methods to meet those resulting needs and requirements, as connectivity. Which leads us to the last 4 enhancements I have listed. SureGuard receiver compatibility for remote connectivity, a new USB interface module for local connectivity, a new field server bridge interface to support communications with third-party building management systems, cybersecurity enhancements that is actually rolled up into each of the 3 products that are being released. Like with any other small addressable system, which normally includes a control panel with detection and notification equipment, there are other pieces of the puzzle needed to complete the overall life safety solution in a majority of applications you face today. This other equipment, these pieces of the puzzle I'm referring to, will be UL listed accessories for life safety systems or ancillary equipment for non-emergency functions. Now, first of those items as part of our upcoming release is the enhancement to our existing Ethernet interface module, the SA-ETH. Now, the enhancement includes supporting IP communications from our life safety systems to a central station that's deploying SureGuard IP receivers. Therefore, yes, the SA-ETH is UL listed for that purpose. Further, the enhancements include the SureGuard Fibro IP protocol, which makes our system compatible with receivers from SureGuard, like the TL280 and the SureGuard 1 through 5. Supports single and dual path communication requirements, and currently supports the connection to our FireWorks workstation. Now it supports remote connectivity for programming and configuration and diagnostics, but keep in mind that if any program changes are performed remotely, that a technician needs to be on site to perform local testing of any changes made to the system. Our telco communicator is still available for POTS lines, for applications where that method of communication is the only option available at the time. However, by deploying an SAETH for IP communications to a central station does help eliminate the costly use of POTS lines. As shown, the module does mount in the top right corner of the panel's main electronic assembly. Our next add is the new USB interface module. This new module will be UL listed as well, similar to our existing SA-232 module, because it will reside in the control panel and is used to configure and program the life safety system. And our upcoming SA-230 module is being introduced because new laptops today are shipping without DB9 serial ports, but provide multiple USB ports. Now our existing SA-232 module is used either to connect to a compatible printer, to the control panel, or the use of a technician's laptop running the configuration utility. The SA-232 will be phased out in 2021 to be replaced by our new SA-USB interface module. Now the new SA-USB will mount in the same location where the 232 was located. Now the third product in the release is our SA-FSB, Field Server Bridge, new for the small addressable systems. This unit will provide communication bridge between our small addressable system and a third-party building management system. It is considered an ancillary equipment, so it does not require the UL compatibility listing, but please note, use in non-ancillary applications may still require approval by your local authority having jurisdiction, your AHJ. The unit is designed to read the panel's RS-232 protocol and output the respective translation depending on 1, the protocol selected, Modbus or BACnet, and 2, the configuration performed by the user for the specific application. Now the default configuration file stored with the FSB is under Modbus TCP protocol, but can easily be changed to BACnet. Now the configuration files and instructions to do so will be provided upon product release, of course. Now to simplify configuration process, filters are included to allow the user to select what points with their respective event status is to be translated and sent to the building management system. Now keep in mind, with the Field Server Bridge, one Field Server Bridge is supported per panel, and it will mount in an MFC-A enclosure as shown. I did mention it is shipped with the Modbus protocol as default. Now, what's next for what's new? Well, a list of activities will take place to make sure that all of our customers are fully informed. Now this includes the timeline of commercial release, which is Q2 of this year, 2021. Now the commercialization will include respective marketing announcements, email communications, and updating data sheets, brochures, submittal guides, and install manuals. So they are all in sync. The overall release includes a new version of firmware, of course, which means customers with existing panels will need a firmware upgrade to deploy the new and enhanced equipment that I've presented today. The new version of firmware and the field upgrade utility used to upgrade the firmware are both backward compatible to panels running version 4.0. The existing configuration utility has been enhanced as well to support the new capability of the SA-ETH. It is also backward compatible to panels running version 4.0. Now lastly, I would like to present an overall picture of our current life safety solution, our small addressable system that is positioned for that small to mid-level application. Now as seen from the elements that make up our system, from connectivity and enunciation options to emergency voice evacuation and special applications equipment, addressable modules and local notification appliances, and addressable detection devices. Its capabilities and versatilities are apparent as a solid solution for new installations, upgrades, and retrofits, as well as offering further benefits from its ease of installation and deployment. offering a reduced learning curve for your technical staff, supporting backward compatibility, and allowing the use of existing infrastructure, being a system that is easy to maintain and is field upgradable when features are released, such as the upcoming release of the enhanced products that I've talked about today. Further, with an updated cybersecurity posture to meet today's cyber threats. And I'll go back to, and cannot forget, and low current draw LED notification appliances to our new optical detection devices to combat false alarms. I would like to thank you for your time today in listening to me present information about our 2021 new product introductions. And now I would like to turn this presentation over to Rick Wolf, our Detection Product Manager. Thank you.
Thanks, Carlos. Hi, everyone. Rick Wolf here, talking with you about what we did in 2020 on the detection side of our fire systems and what we are looking forward to this year. First up, our Optica detection. We introduced Optica in May of 2019. Back then, the implementation date for compliance was May 2020. But because so many manufacturers were having to test, redesign, and then retest, UL, in a collaborative effort, moved the date to June 30th of this year. And as expected, other manufacturers are finishing their agency approvals and making these products available to their customer base. As I've stressed in conferences, webinars, roadshows, we have a clear advantage with Optica with a single technology UL 268 7th edition design, which includes discrimination against cooking nuisances, but also other non-fire sources that would put standard single technology smoke detector into alarm. That capability, combined with its faster response to fires, gives us a clear advantage in specifications against competitors trying to pass the new tests. On top of these unique capabilities, being able to replace legacy detectors in installed systems really helps to keep customer continuity and satisfaction high by protecting their investment in Edwards equipment. 2020, we also saw the release for the SIGA HDT and its software. In this update, we added the capability for those hotel or bedroom applications who want to offer guests a totally dark experience with no background flashing lights. You can use the HDT and its software to pre-select Optica detectors that will not blink their green LED during normal operations. There's no software on the panel or configuration utility to change. The second enhancement added a much easier ability to deduce the location of mapping issues. In fact, the software was developed in conjunction with field site visits and has proved to localize mapping issues quickly. I would encourage anyone who has not used this feature to do so, as it will really cut your troubleshooting time. 1.8 version of software and updates for the HDT can be downloaded from MyEddie, along with additional documentation to help you get acquainted with it. In 2020, we also released the SIGA SDH and SIGA SDHR. This replaces the SIGA SDH, which used the SIGA PS, which is no longer manufactured. This new housing works with Optica by encasing the entire detector. To install or remove the detector, remove the front cover, remove the back housing, and put in the detector. A base comes pre-wired in the housing, which drives two models. One is the SDH, which has a pre-wired standard base, and the SDHR, which has a pre-wired relay base. This unit also uses the SD inlet tubes with the snap fitting on the pipe end. We also added black Optica detectors to our product offering for applications like entertainment venues who want detectors to blend with dark ceilings. We have two SKUs in black, an optical heat and an optical heat with CO. Coming in early 2021 will be the rollover of the Optica technology into our Kita rotary series used with the FX64 and FX1000. Like our implementation in the Edwards versions, these new Kita rotary versions will have the same multi-criteria detection along with Optica's discrimination capability. There will be 4 versions to replace the offering in the current generation and will be backwards compatible with FX panels and software. So stay tuned for this announcement in early part of Q2. Next in my list is the conversion of our Optica technology to a conventional detector series. This new line of conventional detectors will use the same sensing technology we used in the signature versions, but will communicate using a 2-wire conventional method. 3 detectors will be introduced along with bases. They will be a photo only, a photo with 135-degree heat, and 135-degree heat only. The smoke detectors will have the same nuisance resistance characteristics as the intelligent versions, along with a drift compensation, and will have a tricolor LED for normal, trouble, and alarm. We will compatibility list the new series with the SIGA UM, RZI 12-6, IDC84 connected to EST3, 3X, and EST4, as well as IO, FX, and VS conventional series. These will supplant the 500N and 700 2-wire detectors, which will be retired due to limitations in the design that will not allow them to be listed to the new UL standard. We are preparing to introduce the entire series in early 2021. Our next program is the Intelligent Duct Detector. We are leveraging our Optica technology by creating a tube with the optical components which plug directly into the inlet and outlet ports. This tube creates a tunnel where we sense smoke but has very few obstructions, so minimizes the buildup of dirt. Added to this, the plastics are made of conductive material which has proven itself to reduce dirt buildup in our standard spot detectors. Plus, a coating is used to reduce the adherence of moisture to the insides of the chamber, helping to reduce any condensation that might occur. These enhancements are combined with a dual compartment design, each with its own cover to prevent condensation due to temperature differentials in and outside the unit. The optic tube is removable and replaceable and can be easily cleaned. There's a separate section with more room for wiring connections. This section is separate with its own cover so that it won't be influenced by air temperature in the sensing tube. This section also contains the unit's status LEDs. So as you can see, we are making great efforts to reduce some of the common issues we've seen in the past with duct detectors. During this program, our plan include strenuous testing for this product for humidity, condensation, and dirt buildup resilience. Our development of this product is expected to be available in the third quarter of 2021. The last program we are expecting this year is a new offering in our AirSense products with the addition of Modulaser. This new aspirator provides flexible scalability that can go from 1 area of protection to 4 areas by simple interconnection. Aspirating modules can be also remote mounted from the command module to put the unit close to the monitored area to reduce pipe length. The command module has plenty of room for storing events and features a color LCD for user friendliness. This product will replace the current ASD 320 and ASD 640 products. This product will be UL 7th edition and FM listed upon release. I would like to thank you for listening and will certainly entertain any questions at the end of the video. I would like now to turn this presentation over to Chris Hill, our Notification Product Manager.
My name's Chris Hill, Notification Product Manager, and I'm going to talk to you about our Genesis LED series. I want to start by highlighting what we've released so far and what is available today. We now have a complete line of horn strobe devices, including compact, wall, and ceiling devices. We just recently added speaker strobes to the Genesis LED line, with both wall and ceiling speaker strobes available now. These products offer ultra-low device current consumption, aesthetic low-profile design, multiple marking and color options. They are easy to install with field configurable light and sound output, and backwards compatible with our legacy Genesis products. Ultra-low current draw is one of the most exciting features in the Genesis LED line. Using an LED in place of a xenon bulb will reduce current draw. But since they are normally power hogs, notification devices needed a drastic reduction in power to make them easier to deploy. With patented lens and electronics, Edwards was able to drop the current draw on a 110 candela strobe from 311 milliamps to just 28 milliamps. That's over a 90% reduction in power. This allows for the flexibility of more devices on a loop, reduced wire size and conduit, longer wire runs for more creative wiring solutions, and reduced booster power supplies. Part of the patented electronics allows the devices to maintain the same current rating regardless of candela setting. So if an AHJ determines the strobes need to be at a higher setting, there is no panic or power recalculations since the current draw is constant. Designing new systems becomes easier as well since you only need to know the number of strobes and not the setting of each. It is important to know that the new Genesis LED is backwards compatible with our legacy Genesis. The Genesis LED strobes meet the 20 millisecond requirements and are also synchronized within 10 milliseconds of the existing xenon strobes, allowing strobes to be mixed and matched on the same loop and in the same line of sight. Genesis LED also comes with features that make installation easier. With the cover removed, you have the flexibility of changing candela settings, horn output, speaker tap settings, and check voltage, all without removing it from the wall. Speakers now can be set to 25 or 70 volts in a single unit, adding more flexibility. The same room-side wiring plate works for both wall and ceiling appliances. They come with a diagnostic check bar to verify continuity in the circuit, allowing for pre-wiring. The wiring plates also ship with a paint cover to add protection during construction. And then when ready, the appliance can be easily snapped in place. All Genesis LED products have quick change cover skins to change color and marking options. This allows you to adjust to changing requirements without changing out products. It also allows for cover skins to be replaced if painted or damaged without replacing full appliances. Clear communication is critical in fire applications. Occupants need to know there is a fire event, but understanding the message is as important as knowing there is an emergency. The Genesis LED series speaker strobes are rated to a 0.81 STI rating, and anything above 0.76 is considered excellent. STI stands for Speech Transmission Index and measures how understandable spoken language is over an audio application. With an STI of 0.81, Genesis LED ensures occupants can hear evacuation messages and react appropriately in an emergency. The Genesis LED speaker strobes also offer flexibility. The speaker strobes are low frequency capable, so they can meet all the NFPA 520 Hz sleeping room requirements. This is especially important as NFPA and local codes are expanding the definition of what qualifies as a sleeping room. The speaker strobes are also field selectable for both 25 volt and 70 volt applications. So now we have both 25 volt and 70 volt capability in a single device, as well as 4 selectable watt tap settings. And we're not done. Here is our Genesis LED roadmap. We have the full line of horn strobes released throughout 2018 and 2019. Just recently, we've released the full line of speaker strobes, both wall and ceiling. Next up is mass notification with a strobe expander in amber, red, green, and blue lens options, followed by our new NEMA 4X outdoor product built on the same Genesis LED technology. We will then complete the line with high candela and low frequency appliances. Genesis LED, the future of notification.
Thank you for joining us for today's session of the Discover webinar series. Hopefully in today's session, you've been able to learn a little bit more about Edwards products and how they can benefit you and your business. To learn more, visit us at www.edwardsfiresafety.com. We'll now take your questions via the Q&A feature in Zoom.